Donald Trump has quietly removed the lead architect from his controversial $300 million White House ballroom expansion. The reason is a clash over his push to scale the structure far beyond any president. Sources say Trump demanded it be expanded to 90,000 square feet. That's not just a ballroom, that's a monument to excess, designed to host 1 to 1,000 hand-picked guests. The venue isn't about function, it's about legacy, it's about ego, and he wants it finished before the end of a second term. A term he hasn't won yet. Who builds a throne before securing the crown? Last October, Trump authorized the demolition of the historic East Wing. This happened despite his repeated promise not to alter the White House. That wing, a symbol of continuity and governance, is now gone. Replacing his original architect, James McCreary, a man Trump appointed to the Commission of Fine Arts, confirms how little patience he has for resistance. According to Washington Post reporter Jonathan Edwards, the firing wasn't about logistics, it was about control. McCreary tried to set boundaries, Trump wanted loyalty, not limits, and when professionals don't bend, they get replaced. The official explanation is that McCreary's firm lacked the capacity for a project of this scale. But let's be honest, this isn't about blueprints or square footage. It's about Donald Trump refusing to be questioned. Even those he personally selects become disposable the moment they hesitate. Though they had never collaborated, McCreary's appointment initially signaled prestige. But prestige means nothing when Trump decides it's in the way. This is bigger than a building. It's a warning. If this is how Trump handles architecture, how does he handle governance? Where else is dissent being pushed aside? There is no public record showing that Donald Trump and James McCreary ever partnered on a real construction project. Yet during Trump's first term, he appointed McCreary to the Commission of Fine Arts. That appointment, mainly symbolic, gave Trump a direct line to Washington's architectural circles. But here's the twist. Donald Trump, the developer, has never enjoyed being told no. He sees design not as a discipline, but as a reflection of authority. And if the reflection doesn't match his vision, he pushes it aside. McCreary's departure was not simply a staffing change, it was the removal of someone who pushed back. Trump believes his instincts outrank the expertise of architects, historians, and planning commissions. He treats taste as personal, and his preference, gold spectacle scale, becomes policy. That belief now collides with institutional resistance. The White House claims it does not need approval from the National Capital Planning Commission to continue. Preservationists and lawmakers disagree. Can a president unilaterally redesign a national landmark? Is that how democratic oversight works? Or is the system being reshaped to suit one man's aesthetic? The proposed construction schedule is more than bold, it's reckless. A former NCPC commissioner even called the plan unrealistic. The administration argues that demolition and site preparation fall outside the commission's authority. They say approval is only required once the vertical build begins. But let's be realistic. When part of the White House is torn down, are we really debating vertical versus horizontal jurisdiction? This is about precedent. If one man can demolish part of the people's house without oversight, what else becomes possible? The White House does not belong to any one individual. It belongs to the American people, past, present, and future. But what happens when a president treats it like a personal estate? The East Wing, once a symbol of public service, was removed without public input or congressional review. How did we get here? Simple. Trump followed a familiar blueprint: remove anyone who might refuse him. This isn't just architecture, it's about power and what disappears when that power goes unchecked. The National Capital Planning Commission exists to protect public interests, not presidential impulse. But Trump cleared the board, dismissing members who might raise legal or ethical concerns. Experts were removed, loyalists were installed with no one left to ask, what about history, or where is the transparency? The commission became a rubber stamp. Is this democracy in motion, or the slow shift of civic institutions into instruments of personal ambition? When the gatekeepers vanish, who is left to guard the gate? Now let's talk money, because that's where the story becomes clear. Trump initially claimed he would pay for the project himself. That narrative collapsed quickly. Funding is now coming from a familiar group,